I didn't name the room, they named the room. I'm just up here giving the rules. So photo everything you want, except for the photo room. It's weird, but that's a rule. And go!
Talking rules and regulations. Talking rules and regulations. Talking rules and regulations. Rules and regulations. Rules and regulations. Talking rules and regulations. Talking rules and regulations. Talking rules and regulations. Talking rules and regulations.
We're starting the show right now. We're dilly-dally and kill time with unnecessary banter. We're not going to do that. You know why? Because we don't give Friday people half-baked crap to call a show. We don't do just anything and say, hey, that's entertainment. Suck it. You showed up on Friday, this is what you get. Friday people are our favorite people. So for our favorite people, we bring them our favorite guests. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. Kim Rhodes and Briana Buckmaster.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, bad girl. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, bad girl. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, bad girl. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yeah! Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, you guys haven't seen Kimmer yet.
No.
Hi.
It's Kim Rhodes. Kim Rhodes, Swain, and Richard.
Thank you.
Hey, Norton, you like Kim's kinky boots?
It reminds him of the Cubs game. And might I say, you both look very lovely today.
Thank you, Robert.
You guys are just, you two specifically, looking very handsome, almost like you've been doing press for something. What have you been doing press for?
What?
What have you been doing press for? What are you guys about?
Well, that must be Kings of Con.
Kings of
Kim.
Con you're doing.
You guys see the
Battle
trailer?
chestnut.
If you guys have not seen the trailer for Kings of Con, go check it out. It's online. No, Kim, let them stay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We need them, Kim. We need them.
We want them to watch the trailer. Go online. It's on Entertainment Weekly, EW.com. Go watch the trailer for Kings of Con. We're very excited.
Yes.
All right, the stage is theirs. We'll see you later. Have at it, ladies.
I stand here so they have to hug me.
We just spent the whole panel just making out with Loud and Sway. Nothing wrong with that. What is up, New Jersey? Okay, you're awake. I like it.
A couple people awake.
This is a wide crowd. It's going to be a lot of back, forth, back. Did you think I was going to say something else when I said wide?
Why?
This is a wide crowd. Yeah?
I don't see anybody lined up yet. No, wait, okay. How many, just for our own edification, how many of you are at a con, a supernatural con for your first time?
It's a substantial amount.
Yeah, how many of you have just met us?
Woo!
Okay, so most of you won't be surprised when I say, if you don't get up here to ask us questions, we're going to talk about our periods.
I'll tell you a story.
And it's not pretty. I got my period in the middle of the last convention. And then I was like, I got my period, which is exciting because it means I won't be a raging bitch for the rest of the day. There's nothing wrong with that, ladies. Own it. And Ruth got her period. I hope she doesn't mind me telling everybody. So it made us wonder how many in the crowd also got their period. They're all synced up. All right, see? It never fucking fails. Yeah, just stop. Make them stop.
Once we had to get all the way to the subject of anal bleaching, and finally people were like, we're going to ask questions!
I got a question.
Jesus! You're hurting our heads!
Okay, Rodeo, you want to take a question?
Let's take it. Let's start. Should we start over there?
You want to record?
Yo, go.
All you gotta do is hold it. Do you want me to hold it?
Hi!
Oh. Alright, the other way. How do I hold it?
Just hold it.
Just like that?
Just follow them.
Oh my god, alright.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
What's the strangest place you have ever met a fan?
Sunglasses Hut.
Sunglasses
What's the answer for that one? The funny thing is that I live in Vancouver, and nobody ever recognizes me. Ever. And I said that once to Rich, and Rich is like, it's because you look nothing like your character. But I kind of do. When I'm honestly, like, I do not wear fucking winged eyeliner when I'm walking around in Vancouver. I set it up for you girls, okay? Yeah.
And we appreciate it.
Thank you. Namaste. So when I was at Sunglasses Hut, I was like, just trying on some sunglasses. I was like, oh my god, which are these? They were super cute. I had my kid with me, and the gal was like, are you on Supernatural? And my instinct was to be like, no. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I don't know. I'm out of my element here. But I was like, I am. And then she got a picture, and she told me she's going to be at VanCon. She was very sweet. I tell you, nobody is more excited than me when somebody recognizes me. We were in Atlanta. Is that where we were last?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Atlanta. And I went to meet Rob and Rich for a drink. And there was so many fans at that bar, and they all wanted to take a picture with me. They all wanted to buy me a drink, and I was like, yeah, you can! I loved it! I'm such a small town farm girl. This shit is so exciting to me. So, that's my answer. Rhodes?
I live in a 2-bedroom apartment that's on the 3rd floor. And one of my cats is an idiot, and he fell off the roof. Right?
Jumped
Yeah,
off
he's
the
a
roof.
fucking cat. Where the hell's living? How do cats work? Not like this. So he fell, and I thought he was dying. So we took him to the emergency room, and after, no, it's okay. He just broke his leg. So after we'd established that he wasn't going to die, that he just broke his leg. We're like, okay, this is good, this is fine, this is fabulous. And then the lovely young woman who waited until I was no longer in emotional trauma to say this was like, are you Jody Mills? Yes! And Jody Mills has a cat that's an idiot.
Jody Mills wouldn't put up with that shit, man. Jody Mills, she's a pet lover, though. Do you think she's a pet lover?
She doesn't have any.
But do you think she would be?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think she'd be into
She'd have like big dogs.
Dogs, okay, all right.
And she'd have a cat that she would pretend isn't hers, even though she feeds it and lets it in when it gets
Right.
cold. But she'd be like,
She'd be a closeted cat lover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agree.
I think that's it. I know you've got a lot of people, but I've had a lot of caffeine. My favorite interaction is with, I did a show called The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody that was on Disney Channel. Oh, good. Yeah. So a while ago, when a child comes up to me and goes, are you Zach and Cody's mom? And then I go, yeah. Inevitably, no, you're not. And, well, no, I'm fucked, aren't I, kid? How am I supposed to answer this? All right, you're right, I'm not. Yes, you are. Are you really? I am now having an existential crisis.
I don't know the answer anymore. So am I?
Maybe you tell me.
Okay, my time is up.
Oh, yeah.
That's
She's still there? That's the answer. There you go. Sorry, we just keep talking until somebody shuts us up. It's generally how it works around here. But thank you for your question.
Thanks, Tom.
Hi.
Hi, so my question is, did you ever expect Wayward Daughters to be as influential and incredible as it is?
No. Yes, applaud yourselves, motherfuckers. Yes. That's the beauty of it. Like, Wayward Daughters was started by a couple brilliant women, Betty and Riley, who have become very, very close friends of ours. And they kind of checked in with us going, hey, we started this kind of, what did we say? It was a hashtag to start, and then it became a Twitter handle. Are you guys down with that? And Kim and I were like, yeah, bring it. Yeah, let's start some fucking buzz about a spin-off up top, am I right? Yeah. I mean, it's not like the producers are gonna see it, but what it has turned into is so much better. It's turned into a movement for all of us to band together for the greater good of so many bigger and better things than a TV show. And it's really amazing, and I'm really proud to be a part of it.
Fun. And you're going to learn even more about us today
At 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
We have a little something that's dropping online at 2 p.m. today.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. When the last hashtag was pantsless as fuck, there's only one place to go from there. Boom.
You're gonna like it. We have to remember to do that though.
Yeah, we will.
2 p.m. I should turn back the alarm. 2 p.m. today. And he's like, where the fuck is this shit? Waiting. Okay, thank you. Yeah, everyone's tweeting at us. Where the fuck is this thing? What is it? Yeah, it's gonna be good, you guys.
So the answer is no idea, and let's keep it going.
That's it. Keep it going. Keep it going. It's all you guys. It's all you. Hi. Good shirt. Hey, don't have to do this. Hi. Hey. What's up?
I'm Kelly.
Hey, what's up, Kelly?
I was wondering, first, I have some Kit Kats.
Oh, shit.
Briana has to take them.
We just had this conversation. Kim's off the sugar because of the Kit Kats from the last con.
It was not pretty.
I'm fucking not. Oh.
Take it.
Thank
Blessings.
You. That was really rude. I'm like, give me this shit. Oh, just love me a Kit Kat. Do you have a question? I'm like, okay, candle's over. I got food. What's up?
I have a two-parter question. First part is, what do you think makes the relationship between Jody and Donna work so well? And the second part is, what's your favorite part about working with each other?
Good question. So I think the first part, what makes a relationship, you know what's funny? I think my husband, was it my husband? I don't remember. Or was it that other man in my life? He was like, oh, you guys aren't in an episode this season together. That's strange, isn't it? I'm like, we've only been in one episode together. And everybody assumes because we're so attached to the hip that we do all of our episodes together. We've only done one together. I mean, it is where we fell madly in love with each other. But I think that character, or those characters, I would hope that they work together so well because Kim and I work together so well. Kim and I have become very, very close friends. And we are a natural yin and yang to each other, as are our characters. In maybe different ways than our characters, but I think that's why that relationship was written fairly smartly, as in they talked about things that they had mutual interests in that didn't have to necessarily do with like themselves or the boys, you know. But I think that ultimately two characters work together well because the actors have chemistry. And I think Kim and I have a lot of chemistry.
It's true. I think I want to add that I think for me it's the same answer on both of them, which is what I've, back to the last question, wanted to infuse Wayward Daughters my part with, which is when I am capable of being unapologetic. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have shit to learn. That doesn't mean fuck you if I hurt you. That means I'm showing up authentically who I am, and that's okay. And when there's another woman, I say woman because she happens to be a woman, but when there's another human being standing next to me who says, I'm here authentically too, it's a lot fucking easier to be like, oh, now we get to do this together. And that's what the characters did. They both showed up and were like, oh, this is scary, this is weird, this is different, this is okay, because we've got each other. And that's what we do as, specifically Kim and Briana, and that's what we invite the fandom to do, which is, you know, we're not settling in being victims, and we're not committed to being perfect. We're here, we're flawed, we're all going to the same place, let's hold each other's hands while we get there. And I love it.
Great question. And great answer.
Yeah.
It's pretty great when you have someone in your life that you can just be like, hey, here's the worst of me. And they're like, that's so fucking cool, man. Don't sweat it. You get to be more you than you feel like you ever have been in your entire life. And it's such a joy. Hi.
Hello. I kind of also have a two-part question. Do Do you know if there's going to be another Jody and Donna episode in like future episodes or future seasons? And if not, what would you want one to be about?
We don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean there won't be. We don't know. I found out that I'm shooting in February, my episode. So I have no idea what that's going to be about. But beyond that, we have no idea. They kind of, like sometimes they pin you, like put you on hold right before it shoots. And in my case, they, for some reason, put me on hold 4 months before I shoot. So you never really know. We don't know. They really keep us in the dark about this stuff. But if we were to have one, what do you think?
If we were to have one, yeah, I actually already shot my episode. It's nice because Jody and Mary got to talk to each other. In a specifically supernatural way, and in a specifically mom way. 2 separate scenes. I don't know. I think hijinks and hootenannies for the two of Jody.
Absolutely.
I would love to see Jody out of water. I would love, because before we saw Donna in Jody's sort of world, like monsters and da-da-da-da, I would love to see Jody have to rely on Donna. And the teeth
I like that.
gritting agony of like, come on, you gotta be happy.
But what would that be, do you think? Like, what would be Donna's world?
You know what? A monster that feeds on fear and hate.
Oh.
And so Donna's the only one who can fight it beautifully. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, only positivity and optimism can fight this monster. So everybody's like, we gotta fucking get Donna.
I got this! I got this! Hurry! Why are you so sad?
Jody, put that away! That will hurt it!
Oh, it's pointy. Jeez. You just want some super. You want some... I got some Kit Kats today. You want one? They're real good, eh? Jody, have a Kit Kat! Don't. I'll go on forever. I swear to God. Does that answer your question? Thanks, Dollface. Good question. Can't wait. Can't wait to see that episode. That's a great idea. Hi!
I'm Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
My question is for both of you. If you had to pick a song that represents each of your characters, what would it be?
Pick a what?
A song that represents your characters.
Oh, Jesus. A song that represents... that puts me on the spot. Like literally, when questions like that get answered, like the only thing, like, I'm like, God Bless America is literally the only song I can
Life is literally sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
It works for Donna.
A little bit.
It totally works for Donna. I don't know. I hate myself for loving you.
So many options.
What would Jody's theme song be? Dirty Deeds.
That's a great song. Just period.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Period.
Staying Alive. There we go. That's why.
Staying alive.
That's very good. Sorry, writers. Her song is Staying Alive. Okay.
Although Jody probably hates disco, but still.
True. She just puts it on for good luck.
Have you met? There's a mashup of AC/DC doing Back in Black, only they're singing the song It Fits Beautifully with Staying Alive. That would be the theme song.
Good question. Thank you.
I Googled it last night.
You Googled the question? Was it a previous question somewhere?
Did you Google shit that terrifies Kim?
Yeah. How to put actors on the spot? What will they not have an answer to? 500. Hey.
Hi. My name's Kim.
What?
But today I go as female Castiel.
Nice. Yeah. Really good. Like it.
My question is, we all know that there's like a bunch of pranks that go behind the scenes, especially from Jared and Jensen.
Drink.
Liz.
My question is, what was your favorite prank that you've ever been a part of?
Well, ours.
Oh yeah. Ours. Did you guys see our prank on the gag reel? Yeah. No.
No, apparently people.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah,
know how
Yes.
I was like, they're like, one person's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you did.
No, I was in the episode. You were not in the
Yeah, it was her
episode.
episode. I just showed up to say hi. And then Kim was like, I've got a great idea. It was a scene between
That was funny.
her and Jensen.
That was funny.
And,
See
And the director
Jensen's
was in on it.
face.
So I was like, can we do this? And not only could he do it, he set it up so the cameras were ready to shoot it.
Ah!
The scene was supposed to end, and I kept going. I'll lead in, and you give your version of it. I was like, da-da-da-da, you know, and the scene ended, and I kept talking to Jensen, and God bless Jensen, he runs with anything. And I'm like, so could you finish cleaning up here? Because I got a date. And he's like, you got a date?
And then I walk in, and I'm
Yeah.
like, hey baby, ready to go?
Yeah.
And Jensen, bless his heart, we walk out. For some reason, my instinct was to give Jensen the massive amount of shade. Like just, what the fuck are you doing here? I do the dishes. Bless him. But
And then Jensen, who knows the camera's rolling, turns back to the camera with a dish rag in his hand, and he goes,
like no actual opinion in his eyes. It could have been so easy for him to be like, whoa, lady love. But instead he was just genuinely, as Dean, fucking confused. But in character. So good. Anyway,
that's my favorite
that's
prank.
it. You'll have to, I was like, you'll have to come visit me on set. Yeah, you'll have to fly down to Vancouver just to visit me. Thank you. Coming for you. Hello.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam.
So I was going to ask what your favorite scene to shoot for the blooper reel was, but I'm pretty sure that was just it.
That's it.
What was your favorite scene that the other guys had messed up on that ended up on the gag reel?
The other gag reel stuff. Well, I shot a scene in my episode with the boys. Jensen and I were talking about this last time. So Jensen really thinks like he's met his match in me. So he purposely will find a scene that he knows that he can fuck around with me on, and God help him, he will. And it was the scene where the new Doug came in, and yeah, Brendan, he's great, and the boys were like, what's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with this guy? He seems to have a crush on you. And I'm like, stupid Doug, no! But the boys were...
That was the original line.
That was the original. No! They were just, wouldn't let up. And Jared, also the worst, well, if the coverage is not on him, he will just throw really, really dirty words at you. But he'll end them in such a way that you still can give your line correctly. So if you fuck up, it's your fault, man. Not his, not his. But I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at keeping a straight face. But man, oh man, as you probably saw in the gag reel, they really went at it. They went at it a number of times. Jensen, at one point, I think he just went like this. Why don't you two... Yeah. So even though on the gag, I think there was like 3 or 4 takes on the gag reel. We did many takes, and most of them were good. And Phil Segretia, who's the executive producer, he texted me that night and was like, "Hey, I watched the dailies. Good job keeping a straight face with J2." And I'm like, still got it. I'm not.
Okay.
And thank you, Nancy. I see myself out.
That's when we've left. English has now left my brain, and I'm just making noises.
You want to kick out?
Yeah. No. We've all seen where that goes. Yeah, I don't end up on the gag reel a lot. Not because I don't fuck up, but just because it's usually not very funny. It's true.
You get some funny stuff on the gag reel, which is good, because then you have to talk about the panel.
Yeah, right?
Jared makes fun of how you walk.
Yeah, no, we've had stuff happen, it just was never on the gag reel. Yeah.
Yeah, those are for our dirty, dirty minds.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Wherever you went. Sam. Hi.
My name is Hannah, and I love you, Brianna, but the questions first.
Cool. Got it. So angry.
It's okay, I'm wearing shorts. It's all right. I just, as I kicked my leg, I saw everyone in the front aisle go, oh gosh. Got shorts on. It's my first rodeo.
What's the difference between being like a Disney Channel star and now working on this like massive popular TV show? That's like,
What's the difference between being a Disney Channel star and working on a massive popular TV show? That's hilarious.
Well, I think you just stated the answer.
Right there. On Disney Channel, they dyed my hair to match the background, and on Supernatural, they gave me a gun. So, yeah. Just the little things, really. Just the little things. Hi.
hi, I'm Rexy.
Hey.
First of all, I just want to thank you guys for being such an inspiration to so many people, just to be so unapologetically our beautiful, weird selves. It means a lot. And my question is, I wonder if there is anything you think that could make either of your characters leave their day-to-day lives and become on-the-road hunters. For example, with Jodie, if Claire doesn't give up on hunting, would she ever give up suburbia and go on the road full-time?
Wow. One of the things I love about Jodie is that she walks that line really well. Like, she's really committed to her responsibility as a sheriff. So I'm going to say, if she lost her job, the kids are almost adults. They can exist without her, and hopefully her job is to create children who can exist without her. So I think it's less about Alex and Claire and more about her job and her responsibility to that town. And if for some reason something happened and they turned against her, she was like, oh, you're not going to let me save the world here? Fuck you. I'm going to keep saving the world.
I think Donna is, she just in the last episode became a hunter, so I'm really excited to see how her life has changed. Maybe she has left her post, but I think because she's a small town girl, and I think she's very loyal to her people, I think that would be a challenge for her. She feels like these are her people, she needs to protect them, she's probably been with them for a long time. They're the reason that she became sheriff of that town. So I think that would be a big struggle for her, actually. I think that she thinks maybe that town is kind of like her family a little bit. But I feel like she feels like she found her calling. You know, she was always kind of swimming and lost and was trying to find validation in other ways. And when she became a hunter, you knew where she was like, this is it. This is where I fit in. This is the authentic me, right? So I think that would be a challenge for her. I don't know what it would be that would make her leave. But it would have to be something big. That would be more than one episode. We'll see. Thank you. You? You know what I mean? You don't want to wind that shit up in one episode.
Yeah, right.
It's at least 6.
Hi, Lexi. My question was I can't see, I'm sorry. That's okay. My question was,
It's okay, me either.
how do you feel about being wayward mothers to a bunch of wayward daughters?
A bunch of wayward daughters, meaning like you guys? I love that. Oh, I love it. I'm also a wayward daughter. Quite wayward, if I will. And I think it's really, exciting, and I'm just happy to be a part of something that's so inspiring and something that I can tell my daughter about and I can tell my mom about. Yeah, I think it's fucking great. Rhodes, are you taking a poop?
No. It's okay, I'm wearing shorts.
I heard. I didn't know it was those kind of shorts. So.
I'm very old. I'm the oldest one on the tour, actually. So, yeah. in the court. Yep, that's me.
In this circuit?
That's me.
By like, what, 6
I'm the old
months?
lady. I'm the old lady.
Whatever.
The reason I had frozen is because I was like, I don't know how to warn you about this, but this may be the portion of the morning where I start to cry. I know,
she did good,
right?
guys. She did
That's
good.
me. I'm the crier of the group. I'm sorry. I've made it so far. So fuck off. So I have always been a mom personality. Like in high school, I was the one that was like holding friends' hair back and, trying to keep people not from fighting and killing each other. Like I was always the caretaker, and that was my role. Like I was kind of mom-ish. But I did it. I didn't do it authentically. I did it because that was the only way I knew how to earn my place in this world. And then I kind of evolved into who I am and got a little more independent, but I still was a caretaker. And then when this Wayward Daughters started, and I met this fandom, I could step into taking care of people in a way that didn't deplete me. I was still showing up authentically. I was still being able to be honest and to listen to other people's honesty. And I thought that was what was being a mom, right? But what I didn't count on was being taken care of back. I didn't count on the fact that, like, with my child, motherhood goes one way. And that's the way it's supposed to be. She's 8. She's not supposed to take care of me. But I get such pleasure out of watching her blossom and fly and be her own little lightning in a bottle self. But it's that moment, like I feel like this with the fandom, that moment when my kid is running away from me because she's so happy to be on her own and free and flying, and when she stops and turns around and goes, "I love you, Mommy." That's what this, right? That's what this shit does to me. Like I can't fly like that, but that makes me fly like me. So this is fucking awesome, and I didn't cry.
Yeah, girl. It's basically just a whole group of us speaking out loud going, you get to be you. And you don't have to try to be anything else. You can, if you want. You get to do whatever the fuck you want, as long as you're kind and you're doing it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Right? Thank you. Lexi. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Okay. So my question was, because the show is shot in Canada, have you guys learned any French?
No, I haven't.
Fuck no.
She lives in Canada.
There's only one province that speaks fluent French. I mean, people speak fluent French all over the world, but that is just Quebec. And it is very far from BC. And I think even if I lived in Quebec, I'd be fucked. I'd be like, that looks hard. I can't do it. Do you speak French? Oui? I had no idea. My husband is Mexican, and he speaks Spanish. Yeah. And only speaks Spanish to my daughter, who's 2, and she already knows more Spanish than me.
All right, I don't know where it is.
It's going to be great teenage years, I'm telling you. She'll just be swearing at me in Spanish. I actually kind of can't wait. No, I don't know. Do you know another language?
I don't. I actually speak a little sign language, which but no, my favorite is though when I do come to Canada, because you got to go through all the lines, and I do mean all the lines.
That they all say
like
hello,
all the lines. But yeah, that's my favorite. Hello, bonjour.
Yeah, they do. Hello, bonjour.
Hello, bonjour.
Yeah. And if you screw up and just go bonjour, they just start speaking French at you. You're like, no, oh my god, no. Hello is what I meant.
I try to any of the ethnic grocery stores in Los Angeles that we go to. I try to know how to say thank you and hello in whatever language it is. So it's always very strange to see somebody who looks like this when I pull in and be like, Sawadika, like to the Thai, and they then start speaking Thai to me, and I'm like, no, that's all I got. I start with sawadika and I end with kakuka, and that's I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. But thank you.
Sometimes when I'm in Mexico talking to my in-laws who don't speak a lot of English, a little bit, I will sometimes speak broken English in a Mexican accent. Like as if that's gonna help. I catch myself doing it every once in a while. I can't do it. I would imitate myself right now, but I can't. It's too funny. It's so deeply ridiculous that would help, and it doesn't even. I'm just like, oh, you know what? I got this. Can I have the quesadilla, please? So awful, you guys. So good. Anyway, no, I'm a dummy. Where'd she go? Hey. Thank you. Good French, though. Keep it up. Hi.
So,
Oh, a pants here.
I know your pants might suck.
always. You guys love that, so you guys perform with that and all that fun stuff. So,
Yeah.
who's your favorite member?
Of what?
My favorite
You
member.
know what? I'm gonna go with currently my favorite is Steve Norton because he came to see Kinky Boots with me. It was his first Broadway show. He was like, I was in town with a friend of mine. We went and saw a show, and we were having dinner, and he texted me. He's like, hey, I'm in town early. Let me know if you want to get a drink. I'm like, come meet us. We're going to go to a show later. And then my friend's like, why don't you come to the show with us? And he was like, okay. He's never been to see a Broadway show. I've seen 75 of them. And so I was like, oh my God. So we took him to the most Broadwayest show I've ever done. And he fucking loved it. I mean, he was checking the baseball score on his watch the whole time, and I had to keep going, nope, bad Peter etiquette. You can't do that. You can't do that. But it was, I didn't realize, Game 7, and he's a Cubs fan. So he did pretty good to come to a show instead of see the game. But he loved it, and it's just one of my favorite things to see my friends enjoy the things that I love. So that was really fun for me, and I love him. I love him a little more today.
All right, let's hear. I'm gonna live on my two. So Billy is just like so fucking talented.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard.
And
It's hard to
so
live.
like so present. He's not one of these human beings that's like, hey, how are you? How you doing? Like he always looks at like he's just one of those people that connects, and I'm so drawn to people that are unashamed and happy to see me, as opposed to in the back of their head they're like, what are you doing? What's the right answer? What do you think of me? What's happening right now without me? He's just there. And the sleeper hit, as I call him.
Oh yeah, we decided this in Minnesota, right?
Mike Borja.
I said that to him. It was in Minnesota, wasn't it? And I was like, I had no idea. Kim's like, oh, I did.
Yeah. No. Mike's trouble.
In the best way.
In the best way. He's always, like, he's the one that I clock to see how things are going, because he has 80 different smiles. He's got the smile of, this is the best thing ever, and I'm so happy right now. And he's got the smile of, this is going off the rails right now. That's okay, too.
Yeah. He's got, like, the big giggles.
Yeah.
He's got 80 different giggles, too.
Just got it.
Like, he's got the giggle of, what the fuck are you doing right now?
Totally. And he's got the giggle of, you're so good.
Yeah.
Like Mike was the one when I first, you guys know I'm terrified to sing in public, right? Yeah. So I'm terrified not anymore. They fixed this. But when I first was willing to perform a Saturday Night Special and I'm shaking, he was the one that I looked at and he had the pride giggle. Aww. Just I wasn't worried about you, girl. You got it. Right? We're also both Geminis. So we get that Gemini speak where we just start going and it's yeah. So yeah. All right.
And Rob Benedict's okay too.
Yeah, he's okay. We'll keep him.
Yeah. I'd lock him in a closet for 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm glad only some of you heard that. Okay. Thank you. Is that where that side that came from?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi. My name's Carol. I'm thrilled to be here.
My question is that Kim, I believe you have stage fighting on your resume, and Donna, I'm so sorry.
Okay, happens all the time.
You often Instagram several pictures of you and your boxing workouts and everything, and I wanted to ask, have either of you done any martial arts training or considered martial arts training? And how badass does it feel when you get to kick butt?
So badass. So, like, I just started boxing regularly in April, and I just love it. Oh man, it is so fucking satisfying to hit things. And it's great for lots of things for me for work, but mostly I do it because it just feels really good. It's definitely, I love exercising because I also love butter. So I exercise a lot and have for years and years and years. But I was wanting a new challenge. I was kind of at a point in my life where I was really stressed out all the time, and I'm like, I gotta do something. So I started boxing. I found a trainer that I knew, and she's really amazing, and it's just so great on lots of levels. I mean, you get an amazing workout, best workout I've ever had in my life, but also just to do that thing where you're like, girls like me don't usually get to do stuff like this, or aren't supposed to do stuff like this, or people don't think we do stuff like this, and I'm still fucking doing it. So fuck you, everyone. And I love it, and I want to do it forever, and I would love if I could incorporate it in any way into Donna or into any work that I do.
Yeah.
Nice!
Yeah, the thing with stage combat is it's not really fighting. The point is to not make contact. That doesn't go over well. Ooh, you have two eyes though, right? I didn't mean that one, I'm sorry. No, I've never done any martial arts because it looks hard and it takes discipline. I too like butter, but
You got to use some of your stage fighting in your last episode that aired, right? Not this one you just shot, but last year's episode.
the last one that
Didn't
aired.
you? Remember you?
No, generally on Supernatural, I get beat up. So I do use the stage fighting because, like, hammer to the back of the head. I do know how that works. Then weight goes there, and how, like, the fight choreographer lets me do my own stunts because he knows I know how to fall and he knows I know how to take a punch. And one time I got clotheslined. That was really fun. But that's much more choreography than it is actual martial arts training. I'm
open to it. I think it sounds fun. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Carol. Hi.
Hi, my name's Lilia.
Hi, Lillian. Lilia. Oh, cool.
I was wondering if you could describe your characters on Supernatural in one word, what would it be? And do you think they would label themselves as feminists?
Yes. To the second part. That would not be the one part description. Although,
New Jersey's asking hard questions. Like, I'm really good with a lot of words. I can do a lot of words, but one word, solid. Solid for Jody. And no, she wouldn't consider herself a feminist because that requires a lot of, I don't think Jody's an introspective sort of person.
right.
I think Jody just is like, I do my shit. I deal with my shit. Everybody should deal with their shit. Let's deal with their shit. I don't think she would be offended by the term. I just don't think she's the kind of person that identifies herself with labels. She identifies herself with actions.
Action. I agree. That's very good. I think Donna would be an optimist and wayward. Thank you. That's what I was going to say. No, I think she would be an optimist. I think that she's learning to be wayward, but at this point she's just trying to see the good in the things that she has an opportunity to help with. So I'm really excited to see where she's at now. It's been a long time. I'm excited to find out what you're doing. Thank you. Lilia. Yes, nailed every fucking name so far. Hi.
Hello, I'm Sandy.
Sammy?
My question is for Kim, but I'd love to hear your opinion.
You will.
I could. My son is on the autism spectrum, and so I'd love to hear stories about your daughter. But I was kind of wondering what you think of, there's been a lot of characters with autism on different TV shows lately, and so what you think of representation of autism in the media, and what you would think about a character with autism being on Supernatural.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going to have a disappointing answer, I'm afraid. One of my tenets, because I'm very fond of an autistic advocacy group called the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. And one of the things I learned is if you know one autistic person, you know one autistic person. So I try very hard not to create blanket awareness of like, hang on a second, I have an opinion about this. Because I have an autistic daughter. The only autistic person I really know is my kid, and I would not put her on any television show. Mostly because she'll figure out how to set fire to it. Yeah, I do. I fucking love the fact that we are more aware of brains that don't work traditionally. I don't say normally because fucking normal. Now you've met me, you can figure out how I feel about the word normal. But if everything were the same, we would never expand as a species. We would never stand up and go, yeah, but what about this option? Excuse me, the emperor's fucking naked. That's what brains are doing now. And it doesn't have to be a disorder to be a different kind of brain. Within that, there are brains that need special assistance. So I think incorporating them into media is fabulous, but there's also a risk because like it's so easy to go, well, that's not an autistic personality. Well, how do you know? Maybe it's that might, I don't know. They're fucking people. Have people on television. Great idea. Let's go.
No, that's so true. I mean, the point being, if you put, your point is kind of like you put an autistic person on a show in the media, people will assume that's the representation for all autism. Is that what you're saying? Stereotype. Yeah, it's kind of like being a woman. But it is. It's an unfortunate thing with media is that we tend to kind of rely on it to explain things we don't know much about. So you're right, that would be very, very tricky.
Yeah, I would hope that anytime someone is identified as being autistic, they've actually at least spoken to some autistic people before they wrote the character. Right. That would be my hope. Like, however it's portrayed, that you did some fucking research. Yeah. That's not like that.
Yeah. Right? Thank you, Sammy. Hi.
Hi, welcome to the Guidance Take. Anyway, my question is there any real life lesson that your characters have taught you?
Ooh, a real life lesson my character has taught me. Oh my God. As long as everyone wears a condom, we'll be fine.
My daughter taught me that. And tequila. I think that something that Donna taught me was she doesn't give up. She doesn't give up. She doesn't let people's opinion of what she should do, she doesn't let those opinions get to her. She still tries. She still does what she thinks is right. She is finding her way in the world without a man, which is wonderful. Agreed. I would like to see that continue. I hope that they don't try to shack her up in the next episode. Just, you know what? I'll be happy. Whatever they give me, I'll be happy. But wouldn't it be fun to not have to talk about a man in an episode? Yeah! But that's what Donna has taught me. Donna has taught me that, to just keep doing what you think you are meant to be on this planet for.
Yeah!
I like that lesson too. Yeah. Good. Thank you. 5 minutes, Liz says.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. There we go. We got there.
My name is Lisa, and my question is, since there's no guarantee for any character besides you would say on the show, if you were to die, how would you want to go?
Ooh, how do we go out?
Oh, I know how you'd want to go.
Yeah, we already know how.
How is to die?
Do you want me to riff on? Do you want me to?
Yeah, you go.
Okay. All right. So, Primeval, is that the name of this show? It's a British show. Anyone familiar with this? There's this episode where like all the monkey creatures from the future that are going to destroy humanity have now come back to the present, and they're all in a big huge room, and they're going to be able to destroy them. However, the genius engineer who made this room, the door only locks from the inside. Whatever. At any rate, there's a character, like they're all like, well, either humanity dies or we get this door shut. And he goes in and he slams the door shut, and you see the glass and you see his face, and you know he's gonna die, but he's taking all those motherfuckers down with him. And so I want Jodie to see it coming. I want her to know it's the only possibility to save to save her boys. Like, in my heart of heart, I'd like to see her go down going, all right, either Sam and Dean are finally ready to bite it, or I'm going. And I want it to be that fast for her.
I wonder if Kim has thought about that answer at all. I'm not sure.
Well, it's inevitable. It's going to happen at some point, but I want it to be, it's supernatural, come on. But I really do. I want it to be epic.
You want it to be epic.
I want it to be intentional. I don't want it to be like this soul. I want her to know her job is complete.
You don't want to watch an episode and be like, it's so sad that Donna died yesterday. You're like, what? What the fuck, man? I didn't even get to die? I would like Donna to die death by pleasure. I want it to be a really hard scene to shoot, so it takes all damn day. That's all.
Nice.
I'll leave that in your minds.
Yeah. Possessed by succubus.
Exactly. What are we on?
Over there.
Hi.
Hi, so I'm Annie.
Hey, Annie.
So my question is, what would you like to play as Demon and Angel, and what storyline would you want for it?
I for sure want to be a demon because I feel like Dawn is already close to being an angel. I mean, that's also stereotype, but wouldn't it be fun for, you guys. Wouldn't it be fun to see just Donna just be herself, but a fucking demon? All right. Get a room. Just all of her, and her same accent too? Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
You want to see what this fire feels like there, Sam? She goes straight for Sam.
Sure, I can't answer that question.
So, very good question. We're going to take one more question, boys.
Take one more question. Here.
Take your time.
Hi.
They hate that they let girls on the circuit now.
Yeah, it was much better as a giant sausage party.
Sorry, hi.
I wanted to ask, what do you think is the best part about being on the show?
This. I was just going to say, I'm like, this is more my job than being on the show now. And it's so fucking awesome. If I post a picture, I have, social media or something, I'll have friends and family from back home, from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, where I'm from. And they're like, what do you do for a living? There's always like a picture of me like, holding a microphone, doing something crazy, wearing a cowboy hat, eating fucking Kit Kats, Oh, life, am I right?
Yeah, this is kind of like band camp.
Totally like band camp.
All the time.
Yeah.
Because there's not a... fucking plug your ears. I love them. I love them. I love the people I get to work with, and I'm a really social human being. Like a while ago, I was like, I want to get paid to just be me. Man, life is hard. Oh, look. Hi, everybody. You know, I feel like I'm on a secret. It's not garbage bags full of 20s, if you know what I'm talking about. But it pays rent, and I get to see you, and I'm fucking happy as shit. So this is awesome. So yeah, this is great. Thank you. Hi guys.
New Jersey, is there any better way to start your weekend?
No.
Awesome, brilliant.